Move over bacon and eggs, there's a new breakfast in town, and it's packed with flavor, loaded with protein, and perfect for back to school. Now you may not think of quinoa as a breakfast food, but today I'm going to show you 3 quinoa breakfast bowls that are just as nutritious as they are delicious. Today I'm going to show you my blueberry coconut quinoa bowl, my raspberry vanilla almond quinoa bowl, and finally my mocha latte quinoa bowl that packs a caffeinated kick to get you moving in the morning. Speaking of mornings, once you're done watching this tasty video, be sure to check out the exclusive videos I created with Healthy Essentials from Johnson & Johnson family of consumer companies. And while you're there, be sure to enter for your chance to win a family trip worth $10,000 to Jamaica. All of the details are at healthyessentials.ca/routines. The link is in the description box below. Now let's get started with our blueberry coconut quinoa bowl. So I've got a small saucepan on the stove, and to that I'm going to add some quinoa. Now instead of using just plain water in this recipe, I'm actually using half water and half coconut milk for a beautiful coconutty flavor. To that, I'm also going to add a whole heaping helping of beautiful blueberries that are going to turn this tasty quinoa completely blue. Finally, I'm going to sweeten this up with some coconut sugar. If you don't have coconut sugar on hand, not to worry, you can really use any sweetener you like in this recipe. Agave nectar, maple syrup, and honey will all do just fine. All I'm going to do is bring this mixture to a boil, give it a stir, and then turn the heat down to low. On goes the lid, and I'm going to let this simmer for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I'm going to turn my heat off and let it sit for another 5 minutes until the quinoa has absorbed all the yummy liquid. I'm going to finish this yummy quinoa off with a few tablespoons of vanilla-flavored yogurt and some shredded coconut for good measure. And there you have it, breakfast is served. Next up, we've got my raspberry vanilla almond quinoa bowl. And it all starts in the very same way. So I've got a small saucepan on the stove, and to that I'm going to add my quinoa, and this time instead of water, I'm actually using vanilla flavored almond milk. You could definitely use regular milk in this recipe if you wanted to. Next, I'm just going to add a handful of raspberries, some honey for sweetness, and some vanilla extract. Then I'm going to give it a stir, bring this mixture to a boil, and then turn my heat down to low. I'm going to put my lid on and let it simmer for at least 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I'm going to turn my heat off and let it sit for another 5 minutes, or until all of the liquid is absorbed. I'm going to finish this off once again with some vanilla flavored yogurt and some crushed almonds. Finally today, I'm excited to show you my mocha latte quinoa bowl that combines 2 of my very favorite flavors, chocolate and coffee. What more can you ask for in the morning? So once again, I'm getting started with a small saucepan on my stove, and to that I'm going to add my quinoa. Now instead of using water in this recipe, I'm actually using brewed coffee. If you find the coffee flavor a little strong though, you can actually use half coffee and half milk. That will work just as well and result in a little bit of a creamier texture. I'm a coffee lover, so I am absolutely going for it. We're going to finish this mixture up with some cocoa powder and a little more coconut sugar for sweetness. Once again, you can use any kind of sweetener you like. I'm going to give this a stir, bring this mixture to a boil, and then reduce the heat to low. On goes the lid, and I'm going to let it simmer for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we're going to let it sit for another 5 minutes, and then we're going to finish this beautiful concoction off with some vanilla-flavored yogurt and some chocolate shavings. Now that is what I call breakfast. I hope you'll give these tasty recipes a try, and if you do, be sure to tweet or Instagram me a photo because you know I love seeing what you're coming up with in your very own kitchens. And for even more great ways to get your day started right, be sure to check out my brand new exclusive videos at healthyessentials.ca. And while you're there, don't forget to enter for your chance to win a family trip worth $10,000 to Jamaica at healthyessentials.ca/routines. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to The Domestic Geek because there's lots more deliciousness where this came from.